Hello, I'm Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest YouTube video. This video is going to be all about how to deepen your gratitude journaling practice. Gratitude journaling is one of the things I would say has had the biggest impact on my life, and I really want to share some of my favourite tips that I found for being able to get the most out of that time. So my hope is that by the end of the video, it will give you some new ideas for how you do your gratitude journaling or inspire you to start if this isn't something that you already do. One of the most common things that I hear from people with their gratitude journaling is that it becomes a little bit repetitive, that perhaps you find you're writing the kind of same things over and over again, and it starts to become a bit of a chore. And that is definitely something which is going to take away some of the benefits of your gratitude journaling. It doesn't matter at all if some of the things are repeated, if they're things that you're feeling really genuinely grateful for. But the biggest tip that I'm going to give you is to get really specific with your gratitude journal. So if you write things in there like reading a great book, a sunny day, a phone call from a friend, any of those sorts of things, they're really great things to be grateful for, but I would encourage you to spend some time getting really into the detail of it. So if you were writing something like a great book, so I'm reading a really great book at the moment, rather than just writing that, I would write something like a great book that's enabled me to take my mind into another world. I'm trying to guess how the story is going to end. It's setting my imagination on fire. I'm loving reading about the different characters and immersing myself in their life. If I'm feeling worried about work or other events, I can pick up this book, read for a few minutes, and just feel that I'm a million miles away from all of those worries. It's something that I look forward to reading every day, and I found out that this author has other books, and I can't wait to see which other ones I can pick up next. So that really then takes you into a whole different level of gratitude journaling. And it also stops you being so repetitive. Because if I was writing about that book, maybe I read something different yesterday, which has enabled me to imagine something else, which is really just filled me with joy, or perhaps even given me some ideas and inspiration for something that I want to work on. So another example might be things like lovely stationery on my desk. Well, I've got a particular fountain pen. The colours on it are just so joyful. It feels really lovely to hold and write with, and the nib just glides so beautifully and smooth across my journal pages. So it really is one that I love picking up and writing with. It also gives me the chance to look through my beautiful selection of ink bottles and decide which one I want to fill it with, and then see that gorgeous ink colour turn into all of my thoughts on the journal page. And one of the things I find with doing this kind of deeper gratitude journaling is that you actually really invest your emotions into it, that it makes you feel happier just writing those things. The more you explore those little things that you're grateful for, the more you really kind of just get more and more benefit from them. And one thing I found is that when I really do this on a regular basis, that it actually encourages me to look out for all of those good things throughout the day. And this is particularly important, I think, if you find yourself thinking, oh, I'm having such a bad day. And this happens kind of all the time, and it's usually a series of little things which build up. It might be, I turn on my emails in the morning and I've got lots of requests and lots of work come in that I wasn't expecting, and it's work that I don't enjoy. And then maybe I walk past the table and knock something off, and then somebody rings with something that I really didn't want to deal with. Lots of tiny little things which shouldn't be the end of the world build up. And it's really easy to then talk ourselves into the fact that we're having a bad day. And that for me is when it's really important to just pause, get out my gratitude journal and start to reframe my mind and start thinking about the good things that have happened that day, the day before, whenever, it doesn't matter. It's about really just bringing your perspective back into a better place. I feel that we're so surrounded by negativity, particularly in the news, and that over time our minds have got a real negative bias. So it's really easy for us to list off 20 things that we're fed up with, that are making us feel down, that we wish were different. And I think it's really important to take that time for ourselves to actually balance that. And certainly getting away from the news is a good way of doing it. But even kind of the whole consumer culture teaches us through the adverts that we're missing out, that what we have isn't enough, that we'll be happy when we get the next thing. And gratitude journaling just flips that on its head entirely. There's lots of things in my life that I'm working towards, that I really want to attract into my life. And my life is certainly not perfect, but that doesn't stop me being grateful for what I have right now. And you don't really want to be waiting for the big things for when you do your gratitude journaling, because I think it's easy to be grateful for the big things. It's about training your mind to be grateful for all the little things every day. So I'm grateful for my YouTube channel, that I get to connect with you all, that I get to share things that I'm really passionate about. And there was one quote I saw which was, think today about what you get to do, not what you have to do. Lots of people don't get to live today and have the opportunities that we have in front of us. So it really is just about thinking continually about how you can change things around. And that doesn't mean that you don't have negative thoughts, that you don't have problems, but it's about trying to stop those just trickling on into the next thing and the next thing. If you're anything like me, once you start to think about one bad thing that you're finding frustrating, your mind offers you lots of things that you're finding frustrating, one after the other after the other. And it can really just set you into a spiral. So I think it's important, it's not to stop the negative thoughts, but when they come, to stop them just spiraling out of control. Because in a similar way, when you flip it in reverse, when you start to think about positive things that you're grateful for, over time, your mind will learn that that's what you're interested in, and will then start to present you with more and more of those, rather than more and more of the negative things. And I would say it does take time. So another tip for me would be to try and build it into your daily routine. So trying to find, even if it's 5 minutes every day, and perhaps you set a timer, that's the time when you're going to sit down with your journal and just reframe. And it's something that I typically do after I finish work every single day. So before I sit down to relax in the evening, I want to really get my mind off any worries, anything I've been working on that I'm finding tricky, any of my frustrations from the day, and reset. And also when I go to bed, I try to run through mentally, again, the things that I'm really grateful for that day. And I'll often do it again in the morning just before getting up. But it's useful having your gratitude journal or a small notebook with you, so that if something is troubling you during the day and you feel you're going off kilter, again, you can just pull it out and take that time, take 5 minutes just to start thinking about things you're grateful for, or even reading back through some of your gratitude entries if you don't have the time to write, and just remember, oh yes, alongside this, which is really challenging, all of these positive things are happening in my life, and it's just so valuable. And you could spend the time thinking about relationships that you have with your family, with your friends, people that you've met online, the conversations you can have. And again, rather than just thinking about you're grateful to have them in your life, why? How does it make you feel when you're in contact with those people? Another benefit I find is that when I do that, it reminds me of the things that feel good. And I then try and make sure that my life is geared in a way that I can bring more of those positive experiences into my life. And there are so many studies that have been done to show that gratitude, spending time doing it regularly, is really beneficial for your mental health, for your physical health, for your relationship with others. And so I've just found it's been so positive for me, that I'm just really keen to share some of my thoughts with you to hopefully encourage you to do more of the same. And lots of you on the last video said this was something that you'd be interested in, so I really hope that you found it helpful. If you have, please do click the like under the video and just leave me some comments to let me know what you think. And also, if you start bringing this more detailed gratitude journaling into your practice, I would love to know how you get on. And I would definitely say leave it a little while. This isn't something you can do once or twice and feel the immediate benefit. Perhaps set yourself a 30-day challenge where you say, I'm going to do this every day, and then see how you feel at the end of it, and see how your mind feels different during the days coming, how you more readily look out for the good things and you try and stop those negative thoughts in their tracks rather than letting them spiral. So I really hope you found that helpful. I've got lots of different kind of journaling exercises that I do on a regular basis that I just find have been really beneficial to me. So if you enjoy this kind of video, I'll definitely film some more of those. And so yeah, please do let me know how you got on. As always, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's joined me over on Patreon. Well, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you're doing really well, and I look forward to speaking with you really soon in my next video.